If you've ever wondered how Canadians stay warm in the winter, you've come to the right place. Welcome back, guys and gals. My name is Matt. This channel is all about hiking and backpacking. We talk a ton about gear here as well. Today, no different. We're going to talk my winter layering system. Now, as many of you guys know, I'm Canadian. I hike a ton in the Canadian Rockies. We hit some pretty wicked temperatures up here where I live. I do get asked quite a bit about what my winter layering system is for clothing wise. So we're going to get into that. If that sounds cool to you and you guys have not subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button. Let's get going. We're talking about my winter layering system today. So diving right into it, we're going to start from my feet, working my way up. Starting off with my boots. I go with Salomon winter hiking boots. If you guys have followed my channel for a bit, you guys know I'm a big fan of Salomon footwear. Mostly because I got super narrow feet. So I just go with Salomon's because I find they're the only boots or even trail runners that I've tried so far that I don't get blisters like crazy because my feet just swim in everything. So yeah, I go with Salomon winter hiking boots. Like, buy a pair of winter hiking boots about a size to a size and a half bigger than you normally would and layer up with extra socks. That's what I do. So jumping into what I wear for socks, I wear my normal Injinji socks that I wear for my summer backpacking trips as a liner, and over top of those I go with a pair of Merino wool darn tough socks. I just go with like the thicker cushion darn tough. They're a little bit warmer, I find. That's just what works for me. I have done just like one single pair of thick wool socks too. That works as well. But so far this year I've been going with the Injinjis as a liner and the darn toughs over top. It's been working out awesome for me. I bring one pair of extra thick wool socks strictly for sleeping in. Now, yeah, these are, I think these are Smart Wool brand. Yeah, these are Smart Wool. Yeah, they're just extra thick socks. They keep my feet super toasty warm when I'm climbing inside the hammock or in the tent or whatever when I'm going to bed. These are my sleep socks. Just extra thick socks for going to sleep. That covers my feet. Let's work up to my legs. The layering system for my legs. This is a pair of Sax Kinetic Tights. This is basically what I wear right up against my skin. These things are super tight fitting. They look wicked. I find these ridiculously warm. They're extremely comfortable. I absolutely love these. And then over top of those, I go with a pair of Merino wool tights as well. These are Icebreaker brand, covered in dog hair, like everything else in my house. If you guys own dogs, you understand. Over top, I go with these guys here. These are Helly Hansen. I'm pretty sure these are called the Packable Pant. They got like a little pocket in the side and everything rolls up and folds into a little pocket, but they're actually just like a rain shell pant, but I wear these in the wintertime. They're tighter fitting. I'm a super slim, narrow guy, so I don't like baggy like snow pant type pants. They've got like the little mesh liner on the inside. I find them actually ridiculously warm. So I mean, like when I'm out hiking with these and like the Sax tights and my Merino tights, I'm good down to like -30 out hiking when I'm active and going. So that's what works for me. If you bring one more pair of pants as insulation to keep myself covered, they're kind of like a camp pants. Super basic, super cheap. They're literally just a pair of ultra cheap fleece pants you get at Walmart in like the $5 discount bin. They're pretty lightweight. These are what I usually wear in bed, or I'll throw these on underneath my shell pants when I get to camp. They're super warm. Yeah, I absolutely love these. They're wicked. We got the lower half covered. Now, let's get to the top. Start off, I wear an Under Armour, one of their like Polar Tech shirts. I don't know if it's called Polar Tech or whatever. It's like part of the Under Armour's thermal wear line. I know I've had this thing for a few years, and I mean, like most Under Armour clothes, when you have for a year and you run it through the wash a bunch of times, like all the lettering and stuff comes off the tag. So I don't actually remember what it's called, but it's one of their like thermal Polar Tech shirts. Super warm. This thing is wicked. And over top of that, I have a really thin North Face Merino wool, like hooded base layer. This thing is freaking awesome. Insanely warm. This has like literally been one of the best purchases I've ever picked up. I absolutely freaking love this little North Face hood. So that covers the base layers I wear up top. Now let's get into my supplemental layers, starting off with my Ghost Whisper. Kind of a no-brainer to me. I mean, for the size this packs down, the weight this thing packs down, and the warmth it puts out, this thing has a spot in my pack in every single season. Yeah, I absolutely love my freaking Ghost Whisper. And along with my Ghost Whisper, I also bring my Columbia Omni Dots fleece zip up. This thing is absolutely freaking wicked. Personally, I'm a huge fan of bringing a fleece with me once temperatures start dipping down and start getting cool. What I'll use a fleece for a lot of times is if I've been sweating underneath and say my synthetic shirt underneath is a little bit sweat and it's a little bit damp, I'll put this on over top of that and then put like my shell layers on over top, and with my body heat I can actually dry my synthetic shirt underneath with the fleece over top. And yeah, it's just ridiculously warm. Like the little reflective dots inside this thing, they bounce back a ton of heat. This thing is ridiculously warm. Absolutely freaking love this little Omni dot sweater from Columbia. Now, if temperatures aren't going to dip down ridiculously low, the next thing that I'll bring is just a simple shell. This is just my Marmot Shell. I think it's the Precip rain jacket. But essentially, I'll just pull that over top. It just kind of works like a bivvy to help retain a little bit more heat inside. Keeps that wind off you, which is really nice. But if temperatures are dipping down when I'm going to hit like say -20 or those like ridiculous -30 temperatures, I do bring a jacket with me. I have two different jacket options that I'll bring with me. If it's not going to be that cold and say it's only going to get down to like -20 or so, what I'll bring is this guy here. This is just my Rossignol. It's just like a snowboard jacket. But if I bring this, I'm going to leave my rain shell at home because this is waterproof. It's got a Gore-Tex outer. I absolutely freaking love this thing. Yeah, it's a little bit heavier, but it's freaking warm. I love the color of it. It looks really cool. And it's just the layer that I have. This is what I have. So, you know, like winter layering, honestly, when it boils down to it, use what you have. You're going to keep yourself warm. That's my motto. I use this because it's cheap. I already had it. I'm not going to go and buy another down one for a couple $100. So this is what I use. But if I'm looking to go out into some ridiculously cold temperatures like the -30s, I bring this guy here. This is my Patagonia down parka. Yeah, this thing is like 900 fill power down. This thing keeps me toasty warm down to like the -30. So this is just a bomber jacket. I freaking love this thing. It's Patagucci. I mean, obviously it's good, right? Now let's talk about my hands. Same thing with the rest of my body. I go with layers. So very first layer that I wear when it comes to gloves, I have a pair of these really thin Polartec fleece gloves from Rab. These things are wicked. They're super light. They're more like a little liner glove. When I'm out moving and active, these are enough to keep my hands warm. I mean, even down to like -20, I'm pretty good to go with just these if I'm out and active. But if it gets too cold for my little fleece gloves, I throw these over top. These are just Dakine. They're like a snowboard or ski, but they're a mitt. Personally, I'm a fan of mitts. They keep your hands a lot warmer because your fingers are all together. You don't have that separation. So yeah, I go with a mitt over top. Gore-Tex outer, so they're waterproof. These things are pretty sweet. And now we're going to talk about my prettiest feature. We got my upper body covered except for my head. I do bring a couple things specifically to keep my head, my neck, my face warm. First thing I bring, and I bring this on every single trip. This basically lives in my pack. My Merino wool buff. If you don't have a buff, you absolutely need one. This is probably the most versatile piece of hiking gear you're ever going to get. These things are absolutely freaking wicked. Get the Merino wool one. They're well worth the money. I use this thing as like a makeshift beanie. I'll use it as a bit of a neck gaiter. I'll use it to like add warmth to my beanie. So like I'm wearing here, my toque. What I'll do with this guy a lot of times is kind of fold it up to like those little like ear bands that we all used to wear in like the 90s when we were going to school. Put it over like that, adds a little bit of extra warmth to keep my ears warm. Obviously, I bring a beanie. You know, this is just a Columbia one, but yeah, I always bring a beanie or a toque. And I also always bring a little neck gaiter. This I'll wear at night, or I'll even wear while I'm hiking. Usually at night though, I like having something over my face. I find it does help collect the condensation. So like, yeah, this will have frost on it in the morning and it's usually going to be a little bit damp, but I'd rather have condensation on this than coming on my breath and getting all over my sleepy bag and whatnot. So that's what I go with for a neck gaiter. Yeah, that basically covers it. That's the clothing that I use for my winter hiking and backpacking trips. So hopefully that helps you guys out. If you guys got any questions about any of the clothes or gear that I talked about today, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help you guys out if I can. And you know, if you found value in this one, smash that thumbs up and let me know. But yeah, as always, guys, I am Matty. Thank y'all so dang much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.